Welcome back to Tulip Grove. Today, we're in the garden. I'm going to show you what we're growing this July. Harvest some broccolini and plant some new fruit and vegetables that we'll hopefully be able to enjoy as we head into spring and summer. So let's start with a quick tour around our garden. Our greenhouse is home to our herbs and smaller plants. A lot of them have been quiet over winter, but I've started to notice some new growth coming through, which is really exciting as spring gets closer. These are our two main planters. We planted broccoli, broccolini, cabbage, and cauliflower at the end of autumn, and they've been growing really well through the colder months. I also decided to cut back some of the larger leaves because some of the plants weren't getting as much light. I wanted to make some space to encourage everything to keep growing. I'm harvesting the main broccoli heads. Once removed, the plant can continue to grow the smaller side shoots and we'll be able to harvest more over the next coming weeks. After harvesting, I gave the broccolini heads a quick wash and put them in the fridge ready to use. We already had another container just like this that we grew potatoes in it previously, and I knew this would work well as a planter. All I needed to do was drill a few draining holes in the bottom before filling it with a mixture of compost and potting mix. I decided to grow silver beet because it grows really well in the colder months. I also love adding it to soups and stews. Once everything was planted, I gave it some diluted seaweed solution to help it reduce the transplant shock and give it the best start in its new home. Next up were snow peas. Last year we grew a variety of climbing beans that just weren't my favorite. They were quite thick and I didn't end up enjoying them as much as I thought. This year I wanted to try something a little different, so I decided to grow snow peas instead. I planted them in their own container because the last climbing beans we grew ended up taking over our garden bed, so hopefully this will keep them more contained. Just like the silver beet, I gave them some diluted seaweed solution to help them settle into their new home. To give the snow peas something to climb, I made a simple bamboo trellis, using a few bamboo stakes and some string. It's nothing fancy, but it should give them plenty of support as they start to grow. A few days later, my partner and I were back out in the garden to plant more things. First up were the strawberries. We've never grown strawberries before, so we thought we'd give it a go. We even picked up some strawberry potting mix to give them the best start. The next thing on the to-do list is finding a little net to go over them, just to help keep the birds away. Hopefully that'll give the strawberries a chance to ripen before they become a snack for the local birds. Just like the plants we potted a few days ago, we gotta hit it with the seaweed solution to give it a good start. Next, I planted some garlic. I've seen a few people online planting garlic cloves that have started to sprout, so I thought I'd give it a go myself. If they grow, that's great. If they don't, that's okay too. Gardening is all about trying new things and seeing if it works. I've since learned that a lot of people recommend planting seed garlic instead, so it'll be interesting to see how these go. After planting these, I did find out that we actually do have garlic seeds in our garage, so if these don't work out, we'll just replace them with the garlic seeds that we had in the garage. Lastly, we planted 2 varieties of parsley, Italian and curly. My partner wanted to start using more fresh parsley in our meals when we cook, so we thought it would be nice to add it to our garden. Italian parsley has a stronger, more robust flavor, and is what most chefs prefer when cooking. Alternatively, curly parsley has a milder flavor and is more often used as a garnish, but you can still use it in cooking. We're starting to plan our planting a little further ahead, so there will always be something growing in the garden, instead of waiting for one season to finish before thinking about the next. We don't have a huge backyard, and we're not trying to grow enough to be completely self-sufficient. We just want to grow food that we'll actually use, learn a little more each season, and make the most of the space that we have. We've been gardening for almost 3 years now, and it's been such a fun journey. We've grown from seeds, planted seedlings, and we've definitely had our share of plants that didn't make it. So if you've been thinking about starting a garden, I'd really encourage you to give it a go. You don't need a huge backyard or years of experience. Even if you have room for a few herbs, one planter, or even a single vegetable, that's a great place to start. I'm really excited to see how everything grows over the next month or so, and I can't wait to share another garden update with you. Thank you so much for joining me in the garden today. If you enjoy seasonal living, gardening, foraging, hiking, and everyday cooking, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow along with our journey here at Tulip Grove. I'll see you in our next adventure. Bye!